Observatories around the world have quietly pushed new data into internal archives, and the latest numbers overturn everything scientists believed about this interstellar visitor. And man, things just got even stranger. We're talking about non-gravitational acceleration with no outgassing, rotational stabilization that should be impossible for a fractured object, and a reflective pattern that NASA reclassified behind the scenes last week. Let's get straight to what matters. On 19 November 2025, when 3I Atlas hit its newest observational milestone at the outer edge of the solar system, the Subaru telescope in Hawaii detected something disturbing: a repeating ultraviolet reflection pattern, steady, structured, and synchronized with rotation. Not dust, not ice, a pattern. And that one detail set off alarms across multiple agencies. NASA has not given an official statement, but researchers within the Jet Propulsion Laboratory reported a structured modulation inconsistent with natural tumbling. Meanwhile, the European Southern Observatory confirmed that the object's light curve had stabilized to a degree never recorded for any interstellar body. And here we reach the moment of truth, folks. 3I Atlas, the third known interstellar object after Oumuamua and Borisov, arrived without warning in early October 2024. It was spotted by the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System, which immediately flagged its velocity, 75 kilometers per second in spoken English. That speed ruled out long-period comets. This thing came from deep space. But here's the crucial point. From the very beginning, 3I Atlas refused to behave like a natural object. Its acceleration did not match the gravitational pull of the Sun. Its spectral colors shifted in ways that contradicted every model, and its thermal readings looked more like insulated metal than porous ice. By mid-January 2025, NASA coordinated a worldwide observation campaign, pulling data from the Atacama Large Millimeter Array, the Canada-France-Hawaii Telescope, the European Space Agency's Gaia Observatory, and several smaller instruments. Everyone expected to refine the orbital models. Instead, every fresh measurement created more questions. And that's when everything changed. On 5 March 2025, 3I Atlas shifted direction by a fraction of a degree, too small for public attention, but enormous in scientific implication. No jets, no outgassing, no heat spikes, just a silent course correction. 3 paragraphs later, another impossibility emerged. Instead of dimming as it moved away from the Sun, 3I Atlas grew brighter in ultraviolet light. Subaru recorded a nearly 30% increase in reflectivity during a period of decreased solar radiation. And that's when everything changed again. Gaia revealed that the object's rotation had stabilized, not an asteroid's chaotic tumble. A controlled, predictable spin, something rotating like it was built to endure the journey. These clues set the stage for the anomalies you're about to hear. And they're the reason some scientists think NASA is still holding back. First anomaly, impossible trajectory shift, probability 0.2%. The first anomaly is the one every insider keeps whispering about. 3I Atlas shifted its trajectory at a moment when gravitational forces were virtually non-existent. According to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, the probability of a natural object turning itself without outgassing is less than 0.2%. Think of a leaf floating on a calm river. It drifts wherever the current takes it. Now imagine that leaf suddenly shifting left by its own choice. No wind, no splash, just motion. That is what astronomers observed. The timing makes it worse. The shift occurred exactly when solar radiation pressure reached its minimum threshold, meaning the object should have drifted more, not less. Instead, the tumbling slowed, rotation smoothed, mass distribution appeared stable. But here's the crucial point. If the shift were caused by internal cracking or ice vents, there should have been heat spikes or dust plumes. None were detected. This first anomaly forced NASA to abandon several natural models, and it opened the door to a possibility scientists hate acknowledging. Second anomaly, stabilized rotation, probability 0.1%. Asteroids tumble wildly, comets spin unpredictably, but 3I Atlas settled into a perfect 9-hour rotation cycle. The European Southern Observatory confirmed this over multiple weeks. Imagine tossing a jagged rock into the air. It flips erratically. Now imagine that halfway through its arc, the rock begins spinning like a balanced top. That is the behavior astronomers witnessed. NASA tried replicating the rotation using density models. Every simulation failed unless the object had internal damping or compartmentalization, something akin to engineered stability. The probability of a naturally fractured object self-balancing so precisely is 0.1%. Then, Subaru detected brightness pulses perfectly synchronized with rotation, not random, predictable, repeating. This anomaly alone is enough to challenge decades of astrophysics. Third anomaly, ultraviolet amplification farther from the sun, probability 0.3%. Natural objects dim as they move away from the sun. 3I Atlas brightened. Subaru measured a 30% increase in ultraviolet reflectivity despite decreasing solar intensity. A rock should not glow brighter when the light fades. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb suggested that exotic materials could explain selective ultraviolet amplification, but he also noted that no natural mechanism behaves this way, especially not linearly and consistently. NASA's internal documents use the phrase counter-thermal reflectance. That phrase has only ever been applied to engineered surfaces designed for extreme environments. But here's the crucial point. The amplification followed a perfect mathematical curve. No chaos, no randomness. Something was controlling how light interacted with its surface. Probability of natural origin, 0.3%. Fourth anomaly, non-gravitational acceleration with no jets, probability 0.4%. Like Oumuamua, 3I Atlas accelerated without visible propulsion. Unlike Oumuamua, the acceleration was smooth and continuous, and thermal scans showed zero evidence of gas production. Picture a car speeding up with no engine, no fuel, and no sound. Avi Loeb noted that solar sails could behave like this, reacting to photons, but the acceleration pattern did not match solar sail behavior. It was too controlled. NASA's leaked memo mentions force patterns inconsistent with sublimation. That is bureaucratic code for it should not be happening. Probability 0.4%. Fifth anomaly, repeating reflective modulation, probability 0.1%. Subaru detected repeating ultraviolet reflection cycles matching rotation. Random surfaces scatter light chaotically. Only patterned surfaces reflect in synchronized cycles. This implies alternating materials, panels, or structured geometry. NASA's reflectance models could not match natural surface roughness unless they introduced symmetry, which natural objects almost never have after millions of years of interstellar bombardment. Probability 0.1%. Sixth anomaly, thermal stability over weeks, probability 0.5%. Objects in deep space undergo violent temperature swings. 3I Atlas did not. The Atacama Large Millimeter Array measured temperature variations within a narrow 2-degree band over several weeks. Imagine placing a metal rod in the sun, then instantly moving it into ice water, and watching it barely change temperature. That would require insulation or internal buffering. Natural comets show chaotic thermal spikes. This object stayed flat. Probability 0.5%. Seventh anomaly, vibration-like spectral oscillations. Probability 0.2%. The infrared telescope facility detected oscillations in the infrared band that resemble acoustic patterns, not sound, but vibrational signatures. Structural resonance. If you tap a glass, its vibrations create predictable frequencies. Astronomers detected similar rhythmic fluctuations inside 3I Atlas. Some say internal cavities could cause this, but internal cavities create chaotic spins, not stable rotation. Probability 0.2%. Eighth anomaly, radial symmetry in silhouette, probability 0.1%. Adaptive optics images from the European Southern Observatory suggest subtle radial symmetry. Not perfect, but unmistakably. Repeating, natural objects almost never form radial symmetry unless they are crystals. 3I Atlas is too large, too reflective, and too stable for crystalline formation. Probability 0.1%. And that, my friends, changes everything. According to the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, the data does not yet prove artificiality, but behind closed doors, researchers admit the anomalies stack in statistically uncomfortable ways. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb continues to insist on a simple scientific principle: consider all explanations, even the ones that make us uneasy. He is not claiming it is alien. He is being cautious, rigorous, methodical. His team notes that some readings align with engineered shapes, though only further data can confirm that. At the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, analysts emphasize that each anomaly can be interpreted individually. For example, rotation stability could be coincidence. Reflectance cycles could be surface heterogeneity. Non-gravitational acceleration could be undetectable microjets. But here's the crucial point. These explanations require unlikely coincidences, multiple improbable events stacked together, and statistical models collapse under the combined improbabilities. The European Southern Observatory argues that internal cavities might account for several features, but cavities would destabilize spin, not lock it into a 9-hour cycle. Others propose exotic ices, but exotic ices do not amplify ultraviolet light while maintaining thermal stability. And that's when everything changed again. A leaked internal JPL briefing stated that 3I Atlas fits engineered anomaly pattern number 3. That category does not imply alien origin. It simply means not explainable by natural astrophysical behavior. Still, the implications are enormous. If 3I Atlas is natural, then nature is stranger than any scientist imagined. If it is engineered, the implications reach beyond astronomy. Galileo shattered the geocentric universe. Einstein reshaped time itself. And now, a silent object drifting between stars might force humanity to reconsider what intelligence means in the cosmic timeline. 3I Atlas does not send signals. It does not maneuver dramatically. It does not glow with exotic energy. Instead, it behaves like a mirror held to our understanding of the universe, revealing our assumptions, exposing our limitations, and reminding us that space is vast enough to contain wonders we barely have language for. If it is artificial, then it may have been built before Earth even formed. If it is natural, then we have just discovered a new category of celestial objects: durable, structured, and astonishingly stable. Either way, the message is the same. The universe is not finished surprising us. And now, as NASA prepares its next observation window early in 2026, scientists worldwide are waiting for the moment when the object becomes bright enough for new high-resolution imaging, because whatever those images reveal could reshape the next century of exploration. So, what do you all think about this story? Natural anomaly, alien technology, or something we have not even imagined yet? Drop your theories in the comments, and if you want to follow every twist in this unfolding saga, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because the early 2026 observation window promises to bring the clearest images we've ever seen of 3I Atlas. Until then, stay curious, stay open-minded, and remember, the universe is always stranger than we expect. See you next time.